Thomas, are you gonna play?
Yes, I'll play. Okay. So where am I?
You wake up and you're in. It's gonna be really creepy.
Okay.
And,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
You wake up and you're in a red bed. The last thing you remember was falling out of your bed. That's all you remember. And you're in a red bed in a pitch black room. You don't know what's going on.
Are there walls to the room?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Except you can't really see them because
So it looks like
pitch
darkness,
black.
just
Yeah.
an empty room almost,
Mhm.
except for the bed. Okay. I'll look under the sheets to see if I urinated.
Okay, pull. Make one pull.
Okay.
It's weird.
Alright.
Now a light comes on and you see that the room is kind of shaped like a triangle, almost like you're in an attic, basically.
Okay.
Where the roof slants. And
What does it look like in this room?
the walls are all black. That's why you couldn't really see before.
Okay, so they're still black?
Mhm.
She wants to play with the kiddos.
Except instead of being just pitch black darkness, it's like the walls were painted black.
Okay.
And the floor you see is like made out of just plain wood.
So like this
wood.
floor right here?
Yeah.
Just darker, like a
Yeah.
dark brown. So it's stained. Okay, I am going to walk up to the wall slowly, like making sure my steps don't press on anything that makes me fall through, and touch the wall.
Mhm.
All right, what do you want? What happens?
Your
when I
hand
touch them?
goes through the wall.
My hand goes through the wall.
Yes.
I pull it out. Do I still have my hand?
It's too late. You're trapped in the room like your hand's stuck. It's like you opened up like a secret latch that would open up a door or something. Except you don't see any doors.
All right, I keep walking towards the wall then, and try to walk through it.
Okay. You walk through and there's like this little area and there's a giant red button and a sign above it that says "Press me," with an arrow, like 5 arrows, all with lights, just pointing towards the red button.
Okay. Is there any other buttons? Maybe a blue button.
No, just the red.
Is it
button.
another dark room?
No, it opens the door in the other room.
So there's a door next to the button?
Just open the button. Press the button.
Alright, I go over and slowly press the button with one finger.
You hear a little like sliding sound, and you look back where you came from, and the wall's not there anymore, and you see that through the room of like a door open up in the black room, the black painted room with a red bed.
Alright, I run back and I see the open door, right?
Mhm.
Alright, I put one foot through the door.
Okay.
And I walk through the doorway. And I look behind me to make sure the door didn't shut. Did it shut?
No.
And I can still see the button in the other room. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like one room here, one room here, one room here.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Alright, I walk into the room and just keep walking, inspect what it looks like.
It's like a hallway, and it has like this old kind of like lace printed wallpaper like they used to have in the olden days. And
Okay.
it's like a pale off-whitish color, except in some places it has like black splotches and in others red splotches.
Okay. I touch one of the splotches. Wait, no, I smell it first. What's it smell like?
It smells like old perfume, basically. Like what
Okay, I
old
touch it then.
ladies wear.
I touch it.
It's like dry.
So it wasn't recent. Whatever happened here. Is it just part of the wallpaper? Or is it like splotches onto the wallpaper?
It splotches onto the wallpaper.
Alright, I keep walking down the hallway. Do I know what it is? Like the splotches or?
No.
No, I can't tell.
You just smell like old perfume, and
Smell old
the
perfume.
red splotches and black splotches are like dry.
Okay, I keep walking then, and I walk through the hallway. Is there anything ahead of me, or is it just a keep going hallway?
There, you get to like the end of the hallway, and there's 3 doors. One that goes to the right, one that goes to the left, and then one that's straight ahead in the middle.
It doesn't matter which door I go through. I go through the middle door.
Okay. When you get into the middle door, you see it's like an old style living room, basically.
Okay.
And there's pictures of this old lady, this old man, and they have 2 kids, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 adults that were their kids, you assume. And then there's like a little girl, and she's holding on to a leash of a dog. But you look at the dog's eyes, and they're like red and like kind of like
Crescent
cat
eyes.
almost. Yeah.
All right. Slit eyes, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. So I see an old lady and a dog.
Yeah, an old lady, her you assume husband, then their kids, as you think, and the kids, so the granddaughter,
Okay.
and she's
so
holding on to the dog, which looks kind of like a vampire right now.
and this is in the painting, or
It's
in front
in a
of me.
picture. It's
Okay.
on like a fireplace mantle. There's an old style Victorian couch, and it's like a purplish, like a light purple. And then across from that, there's like an old TV that had it. Like,
All right. I sit on the
yeah.
couch and look at the painting.
And there's more pictures. There's a picture of the dog, except it doesn't have the red eyes in this one. And then there's a picture of the granddaughter, and it has a loving memorial across the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So she died, as you can tell now.
Okay.
And the next picture has the parents in loving memorial as well. And the picture next to that has
The children of the parents, and then the parents' children's children in loving memorial, right? So it's just the whole family's dead.
except for the grandmother.
Okay. Alright, so do I know do these people look familiar to me, or
No, you don't know them, except you kind of recognize the
dog?
no, you kind of recognize the dog, but also the husband of, not the old husband, the husband that had the granddaughter.
Okay.
So and in front of you, there's like on the old-fashioned TV, there's like a slideshow, and you come the grandfather's name apparently was Frank. Then you get to the daughter and the son-in-law, and the daughter's name was Janet, and the son-in-law's name was Jake.
Okay.
Then you get to the little girl, and her name's Emily. And then you get to a picture of the dog with the whole family again. The one with the dog had red eyes, and it has red eyes in this one too. Then you get to a picture of the grandmother, and it's like a video, and she's yelling help, except you don't know anything because the TV like cuts off in static.
Okay, I'm assuming that scares me. So I turn my head as I see it, and I run up to the TV and start tapping the glass.
Okay, nothing happens really.
Okay. Is there any doors in this room, or any secret things that I should know about? I start pulling all the books off the bookcases to see if it opens up a secret passage.
But you don't remember. Nothing happens except one book falls out, and it says, across it, in what looked like the black splotches on the walls.
Really big letters.
Like really, really, really big ones that
So you can see it no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a really big book too.
Like Bible-sized, huge Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it says see if you can find me, see if you can catch me, but you'll never get me, basically.
Okay, I listen. Do I hear anything?
No.
Okay. I start feeling the wall where that book was to
Mhm.
see if there's any like dust, cobwebs, and stuff. And then also feeling behind the shelf, like under it,
Mhm.
to see if there's any like switches or anything.
No switches, but there's plenty of cobwebs and spider webs.
Alright, I wipe it on my clothes. I don't care. I take the book and flip to another page. The one that said help me and stuff. Or, no, the book that said you can't catch me.
Mhm. All the pages are blank.
No splotches or anything?
Nothing at all. Except it looks like there was, like, words, except...
Someone white outed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except there's no whiteout. They, like, just, like, gone.
Alright, look on the floor to see if any letters or stickers are on the floor.
Nope, nothing.
Okay,
But all of a sudden, you notice that you don't even know your own name. You don't even know what you look like. And you haven't seen a mirror, so you don't know at all.
Okay, I look at the picture of the dog, and how big is the couch? Like, how big am I compared to the couch?
You're like 6 feet tall, pretty tall.
Okay, I'm not the dog then.
What?
I said I'm not the dog then. If I'm 6 feet tall and the couch is like 3 feet,
Yeah.
then I'm not the dog. Unless the dog's huge.
No, the dog was like about Molly's size. I mean,
Yeah, I was imagining like a chihuahua.
Yeah,
So.
Molly is. Well, pretend it's a chihuahua. Yeah, it's a chihuahua. It's a big
Okay.
chihuahua though.
Alright, fat chihuahua.
Yes.
With muscles.
Sure.
Okay, so what happens next?
You hear like this tapping sound, like fingernails, like just like.
On the walls or floor? Or ceiling even.
You
Doesn't
don't-
matter to me.
It sounds like it's like tapping against like an old table, like a metal table. So
Alright, I look.
Kind of like what I'm doing.
Okay. I look over near the couch to see if there's any coffee tables or anything and what they're made of. Is there any coffee tables?
There's 2 coffee tables. One on that side, and they're like circular.
Okay.
One on the right side, one on the left side.
Okay.
But-
Do they have lamps on them?
But they're wooden, so they wouldn't make them.
Alright.
One of them has a lamp, and the other one has a pile of books. Except they don't look like they'd have anything to do with anything, really.
Okay, they don't even have titles on them. I probably open them and there's nothing in them.
Mhm.
Okay, I take the lamp and I turn it on.
The room blazes to light, though. You suddenly realize that before, compared to when you didn't have the lamp, was like almost pitch black.
Okay, so it's like white, blinding light then.
Almost, yeah.
Alright.
It's obviously a bright light.
Okay, I turn the lamp back off then. Wait, was anything different in the room when I had the light on?
No.
Okay, then I turn off the light. I come up to the picture of the dog and I tap it.
Nothing happens.
Is there any doors in this room besides the one that I came through? Anything that appears like a sliding wall like in Stanley?
No.
Okay. Speaking of which, that would make a good game too. The Stanley Parable. That would be a good role-playing game. I'll have to remember that. Alright, is there a rug on the floor?
No, it's just like the same hardwood floor as the.
Alright, because I was going to check for
room
trapdoors.
I walked in.
Chandelier on the ceiling, or was the lamp the only source of light?
The lamp is the only source of light.
Okay, what's on the ceiling? Like, is it just...
It's just plain ceiling. Nothing
Is it black?
interesting at all. No, it's white.
Okay, so Victorian
And the-
stuff.
Yeah, the walls are the same, like lacy kind of wallpaper as the other ones.
Alright, I begin walking towards the door to get out of the room, because it's kind of creeping me out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I walk out of the room, and I'm back into the room with the red bed. Actually, no, I'm in the hallway right now. I keep walking down the hallway, past the splotches, and then go into the room with the red bed. That's kind of like an attic.
Mhm.
And I just sit on the bed, put my hands on my face, and think, what am I supposed to do?
Then, when you open your eyes again, there's a heart and like this little halo on the ground.
Okay, I take the halo, wrap it on my I put it on my head, and I start playing the harp as best as I can. Do I have to pull for that?
Yeah. Pull
Okay.
2.
Pull 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's hard to play a harp.
Yeah, it is hard, especially when you don't know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine I play an instrument in this game, so.
You don't know because you don't even remember your own name.
Okay. Alright, I made it. I pulled 2. Alright, so what happens when I play the harp?
Nothing. It just kind of falls out of your hands, basically.
So it just falls through the floor, or
No, it just
into
falls
the floor?
onto the ground and smashes into a million pieces.
Alright, so it's like clang, clang, clang. Do I still have the halo?
The halo slipped off.
Alright, I'm not an angel. Alright, I walk into the room with the red button, and I try to pull it out.
Nothing happens.
Can't pull it out. Okay. I press it again.
The door to the room with the red button closes.
So I'm locked in now?
If you press the button again, it might open.
Alright, I press the button.
And it opens again.
Okay, I walk back to the room with the paintings.
There's a screeching noise, like fingernails against chalkboard, like a really.
When I'm
really
in the
loud
hallway,
noise.
or?
No, you're in the red room with the bedroom.
Alright, so I'm in the attic room with the bed.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, not the painting room. Alright, so while I'm walking from the button, I walk through the doorway, and I start hearing scratching noise. Is it coming from the walls or the floor?
You don't know. You just hear it. You don't know.
Alright, I put my ear to the floor.
Like the sound blocks out, basically.
Okay, so it's not coming from the floor. I put my ear to both walls.
It doesn't get louder, but it still stays there.
Alright, I get into bed, and...
It gets closer.
Okay, I look under the bed.
Not there.
Alright, I lay down in the bed, pull the blankets up, and try to close my eyes.
Something taps your shoulder.
I turn over and look, opening my eyes.
There's nothing there.
I close my eyes again.
I'm really good at making horror movies.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so I am a perfect horror movie victim.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens now? I close my eyes and turn back over, trying to hide from whatever touched me. That wasn't there.
Something taps your other shoulder, the shoulder that you turn to. But there's nothing there.
Okay, I get all the way under the blankets.
Something taps your head.
Okay, I flip open the blankets and start screaming, "Where are you? What's going on? Who are you?"
This little metal ball falls and hits you on the top of your head, but it doesn't knock you unconscious.
But it hurts.
Yes.
Okay. I rub my head, pick up the metal ball, and throw it at the wall.
It makes a shape like angel wings.
The ball makes it shaped like angel wings?
Yeah, when you throw it at the wall.
So the wall, when it hits the wall,
There's
angel wings light up against it.
No, it's just like the hole, which should have been a hole, like a circular shape, is angel wings. Like just when it hit the wall, there's like a puff of smoke and it cleared, and there's angel wings, like outline of angel wings.
Is it like a hole in the wall?
Yes.
Okay, I walk up and I walk through it, and I bring the blanket with me.
You're in the hallway again.
The one with the splashes?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on at all. Alright, and I've only made like 3 pulls.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's good.
It's getting dark out. That's why all of a sudden it's like dark in the house.
Yep.
And that's going to
Gonna
scare
storm.
him because I'm telling him a horse.
Yeah, alright, so do I turn on the lights?
Your jingling is gonna make the Jenga go boom.
So I make a pull?
Yes.
Okay, I see how scared I am.
The lights go out.
The lights go out when I make the pull?
No, the lights go out. Like, just, they go out.
Alright, I start feeling for the wall. Do I feel it, or?
You feel it, but there's liquid on it.
There's liquid on it?
Yes. Like wet liquid.
Okay, I take my finger, run it across it, and put it on my tongue because I can't see. So I gotta figure out what it is.
Tastes like chemicals. It tastes like perfume, basically just chemicals.
Alright, spit it out on the floor. That's disgusting. Alright, fancy French perfume. I put my hand on the wall, not caring, closing my eyes, trying to not notice it, and I keep walking straight. In the dark.
You walk again. You walk into a wall.
Okay, I hit the wall and I put my hand on that wall and keep walking. Do I hit another wall?
No. You find a doorway.
Okay, is
And
the
the
light...
lights go on again.
Alright, I walk through the doorway and what's in this room? Or is it another hallway?
It's an old lady on a bed crying.
Okay, I still have my blanket, right?
Nope. Somewhere along the way it disappeared.
I was gonna use that to help me. Alright, I walk up to the lady slowly. Actually, no. First, before I get near her, I'm gonna say, "Hey, you okay?"
She doesn't hear you.
I said, "Are you okay?"
She like looks around like she's confused and she doesn't see you.
How you doing? Does she cry more?
No, she's just like, that sounds like my son-in-law.
Oh shit. Okay, I walk up to her and tap her shoulder.
She doesn't notice what's going on.
Does my hand go through her?
No.
So I'm able to tap it, but she doesn't notice. No?
Something taps your shoulder.
I look over.
All you see is like brown hair just disappearing.
So my hair is disappearing?
No!
Oh, okay.
Brown hair. You don't know whose, you don't recognize it at all.
So I just see a flash of brown hair disappear.
Yeah, like over your shoulder, like from the person who tapped you, except it's long.
Okay.
It's like about probably shoulder length.
Is it the same color as the old woman's hair?
No.
Alright, I think back to the paintings. Does the hair look familiar from any of them?
Yes.
Which one?
The
Do I have to make a pull
the
for it?
daughter of the old ladies, yes, you have to recognize it. But I told you already, but still.
Yeah, so I know I'm gonna make it. Alright, so it's the brown hair of the woman, lady, old's daughter. Okay, so I am going to sit on the floor and I'm gonna sit on the bed next to the old lady and start crying with her.
You feel this little hand, like a little girl's hand, tap your shoulder.
I look over and just start screaming, "What do you want with me? What did I do to deserve this? What did my grandmother do?"
Roll to recognize the little girl.
Alright. Like, just to see how much what she looks like scares me and stuff. Okay. Alright.
It's the little granddaughter.
Okay, I
The one that
scream
died.
and cover my eyes. And then I peek at them.
And you see the woman from the photo, the daughter, well, the mom of the grandchild.
Okay. And I see her in front of me with her.
That's the name. What?
And I see her next to the daughter.
Yeah, she's rubbing the daughter's shoulder because you made the little girl cry.
Alright, again, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I just remember falling out of bed, hitting my head. I don't know who I am. Why are people torturing me? I must be dreaming. I must be dreaming.
You're not dreaming.
Okay, I run up to the wall and smash my head off it to see if that wakes me up.
Nothing happens. You just hit the wall and you don't even feel anything.
I don't feel anything?
No.
Alright, so I'm definitely not alive then. I'm definitely not dreaming. And you're making weird faces. So, I am going to walk up to the mother of the daughter. Is there anything I should notice about her, like ghostly or anything?
Nothing. She seems completely normal, except for the fact that you saw the memorial thing.
So that just creeps me out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll walk up to her and just start talking to her. I'm like, alright, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is Fred, but you guys are pulling a weird prank, and I don't know what's going on. What's happening? Do I remember anything?
The woman kneels over the daughter as if she doesn't really hear you. Or at least she looks at you for a second, then turns away.
Like she doesn't care.
Like really fast, and she like is ignoring you and goes to the daughter, kneels by the daughter.
Alright, I go to the daughter. I'm starting to cry at this point. I'm like, alright, gotta play the game. And I tap her shoulder and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I made you cry. I didn't mean to. I'm just really freaked out right now.
She ignores you.
Damn it. Okay, I am going to...
But you hear like these little paws on the ground.
Okay.
And the dog appears.
I kick it.
Your foot goes through it.
Alright, the dog's a ghost then. Or something.
The dog walks up to the bed, jumps on the bed, and snuggles up by the old lady.
Alright, I walk up and touch the dog.
Your hand goes through the dog.
I just start screaming at it. Like, what do you want? Does it still have red eyes?
No, no red
So
eyes.
this is before the red eyes. Like, in the dog's life, this is before. This is a memory! Oh.
No.
No, okay. That would have been cool. Alright, I'm watching something. Alright, I look down and look what I look like. What clothes am I wearing?
You're wearing the clothes. Oh,
Do they look familiar?
no, not at all.
Not from the paintings or anything?
You don't know, because you just don't know what happened. You don't know anything. You just woke up in bed.
So I'm naked.
No. You're wearing a black t-shirt and blue jeans.
Not Victorian at all. Okay, so I wasn't in the painting. I'm not from this time period. I'm
You
sleeping.
don't know if it's Victorian time or if the house is just old.
Okay. What were the people in the paintings wearing?
What?
Do I have to remember that? Like
The
what the people in
Janet, the lady that's now by the one that died, is wearing she's just wearing
lemonade to
jeans
drink?
and
Sure.
Lily,
She's-
lemonade, honey?
yeah, she's just wearing jeans and she's also wearing a black t-shirt.
I'm the girl.
No.
I'm trying to figure out this puzzle. Alright, you're tricking me. Okay,
This is fun.
yeah, it is.
But you look over at the little girl and she's also wearing like a black dress.
Everyone's wearing the same colors.
Except for the
Okay.
grandmother. The grandmother's crying in bed with the dog. And you notice that she had turned around and she's now hugging the dog.
They're all dead. The grandmother and the dog are still alive, and we're haunting them.
You don't know that.
Can I make a pull to figure out?
Sure.
Come on. Gotta find one that works. You can't go that high in this game. This one.
It suddenly hits you. You're the son-in-law.
Did I kill them?
No,
No,
you
I didn't.
died.
I died. Are they? And they can't hear me, so we're all dead. We can't touch each other.
No, you, your wife, and the kid, and somewhere the grandfather are all ghosts.
Okay.
And you hear like this cane against the floor, and the grandfather appears.
You guys can just eat your pizza here as you're playing, okay?
Alright.
But the dog, headless up, and it has red eyes.
I walk over to the dog and try to touch it again.
Your hand goes through it.
It's got red eyes. It's haunting. It's doing something. It's the one that killed us. Man, I said the ghosts. It took our souls and trapped them in this house or whatever. This weird house.
The dog leans back and bites the grandmother's neck, and she lets out a cry of pain, except suddenly her body goes still. She's dead, and her ghost appears next to you.
Alright, the dog killed the family.
Yes. The dog transforms into a little girl with blonde hair and amber eyes.
Her name's
The-
Lily.
Yes, the game ends.
Alright, I liked it.
Oh wait, I changed the plan in the end. At first I was going to say that it was you were going to be dead and you were having a dream.
Oh, okay. Is else you want to say before I stop recording?
No.
Okay.
But
I had
yes,
fun.
it was me at the end of the game. The little dog that turned into a girl.
Oh, so you were Molly in disguise.
No.
Oh, okay.
Remember, it was like a chihuahua.